Hey y'all, welcome to Tea Time with Free and my man David Hucks. And so he's going to serve us the tea about how he got started and some other questions. Hi David.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. I like to say that I'm very impressed with your clothing. My sons, I was like, they was talking about H&M and so on. I'm like, I ain't spending no money on any of that. I'm going to hip y'all to this young man's clothing line. So I did, and my son's here today with me so he can see for himself because,
Yes.
My style could be different from their style.
Yes,
But,
absolutely.
yeah, so I would like for you to tell the viewers, how did you get started with fashion?
Well, I got started with fashion, I could say, really I got started with fashion in the early 80s and stuff like that. A lot of my brothers, I have a lot of brothers. I'm the youngest of 11 children.
Wow.
I'm the baby boy. I have a sister who's younger than me. Watching all my brothers did fashion and were a part of fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of my brothers had started a clothing line in the late 90s. It was called Muhammad Sport. And that really gave me the inspiration to want to do a clothing line because I was just trying to get away from a lot of stuff that I was doing, like, coming out of the streets and the inner cities and stuff like that. So in the late 90s, I think it was around 98, I started a clothing line called Ghetto Heels.
Okay.
And with Ghetto Heels, I was able to, Ghetto Heels technology, I was able to sell clothes right out of my trunk, t-shirts, all types of stuff, just running around and selling it.
Right.
And that's basically how I got into the fashion part.
Okay, that sounds great. Is there a particular brand, like men's brand or women brand that you do, or do you do them both?
Well, I do a lot of men stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're venturing into the women stuff this summer. I do women things. I've done women coats, women jackets, and women dresses, but I'm doing a lot of women stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot of women stuff coming into the spring.
Okay, so y'all know I'm going to be set. The fit going to be on the tee. Okay? So, how long have you been in business?
I've been in business for over 17 years.
Oh, that's great. That's interesting. So, can you explain to the viewers the process, the ups and downs of getting started, believing in yourself, having confidence to just step out, out the box and be a designer here in our city?
Okay, well, one of the things that you have to do is you definitely got to have faith, and you have to have endurance, and you have to have stability to be able to move forward through the ups and downs. Because most people want to get to the top, but they're not willing to climb.
Exactly.
So if you're not willing to climb, this is not the game for you. I'm also sort of responsible for a lot of the urban clothing lines. I was a designer in the background for many years for a lot of the different clothing lines. From the big names to the smaller names, I've designed for them and did all types of different things for them. And that's basically one of the things that pulled me in to the fashion. You will have some ups and you will have some downs, but you can't come in the clothing line expecting an overnight sensation and expecting everything to be at this level. Now, the thing that I'm doing now with Mogul Elite, coming out of the regular fashion world, I was at a 10-year hiatus. I didn't even sell clothes for almost 10 years. I was just basically doing my other business, which is DH Designs and Graphics, God and Having Graphics, doing t-shirts and printing. It was the emergence of Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I think it was around 2008, that gave me the inspiration and the platform for wanting to do my own fashion at that point, because I knew I could do it at a high level. And I'm basically giving people the opportunity now to step up your game. We don't have to be the regular urban clothing lines that we were at the level that just local people. If you look around you and you see the Mogul League, you can put any of my stuff on any of the shelves of any department store and it would blend in perfectly with what's being sold in there. Whether it's the H&M's, whether it's the Helly Hansons, whether it's the Boss type of apparel, whether it's the Armani, it's just that we don't have the big name, but have a large following at this point.
Right. That's great. And I do like the fact that you touched on having faith. Because see, me myself, I developed Tea Time with Free just out of, you know, nowhere. I didn't even know that it would develop into what I'm developing it into now. But it's been by faith, and I have did a number of interviews, and you know, I'm kind of like making a name for myself and for others, and I really enjoy that. But I have to ask you, have you been involved in any of the Fashion Week, DC Fashion Week?
I've done a few fashion shows. I've done a fashion show at UDC.
Okay.
I've done a fashion show at a couple of schools and stuff. I haven't got completely involved in the DC Fashion Week and different things. I've been building my brand, and I've been building my brand to a
Right.
point that by next year I'm gonna be a force to be reckoned with, and I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of different stuff.
Okay.
Because what I'm doing with Mogul now, Mogul Elite, is a lifestyle worth living. A lot of people are trending into the Mogul Elite. I feel like I have an anointed line, because most people,
Okay.
most people, when they see my stuff and they wear it, they always come back with a story. And the guy told me, he said, I never wore a clothing line where people ask me about it as much as they ask me about Mogul Elite. Like, what is it? Like, how could you be having this type of pearl on and it's not this line, or it's not this high-end line?
Right.
But, you know, it's a God-given line, and it's basically a line that stretches the imagination. When you see the Learjet series, is a series meaning to fly high.
Okay.
To go to the next level.
Okay.
It's about mogul. People say, well, what is a mogul? They know that a mogul is a man of high wealth, a man or woman or high energy and faith into what they're putting together.
Right.
And elite is at the highest level.
Right.
You know, and I'm basically petitioning fashion people within the city to just step up their game. If you look around my boutique, this wasn't here several months and months ago. I was doing stuff out of here, but it wasn't to this level.
Right.
And it wasn't, you know, we didn't have the hardwood floors, we didn't step it up. Now I got people from black, white, coming on the outside,
Right.
just loving the way the boutique looked.
Right.
And I named it the Vault,
Right.
affectionately, because it was, you know, we had a big safe in the back, and we had to get it out of here.
Right.
And as we just started developing stuff free, it just became, you know what, I want to name this the Vault, and Mogul Elite Fashion will be the flagship.
Yeah. I think it's a nice boutique. I like the fact that you were talking about graphics and, you know, making shirts and so on and so forth. A lot of people, you know, they get their own boutiques, but they're selling other people's, you know, merchandise, which is a good, you know, idea. But I really like and appreciate the fact that you are designing it, you are creating it, you are putting your hands, your feet, your blood, sweat, and tears into what you're giving to yourself, your family, the community, you know, and it's very inspiring. Let me ask you, do you have a special piece in your catalog that you like, you know, as your men wear?
Well, it's so many. One piece in particular that we sold very well last year was the HS1 Gore-Tex jacket.
Right.
And a friend of mine, Jazzy J, as he's known on Facebook, he's a brother that was very inspirational to helping me build the brand and be an affiliate marketer. He came out with the HS1 and he started wearing it, and that jacket had became a staple for us, the HS1 jacket. And then preferably all my t-shirts and all the designs with my t-shirts.
Right.
Everybody just loved the styles of my designs because I believe that I can match up and design with the best of them.
Right.
You know, it's just a matter of time before they be walking in Macy's,
Right.
before they walking in this store or that store, and they're gonna see Mogul Elite Fashions
Right.
worldwide, globally, internationally, worldwide, all over the place.
That's great, and I believe so.
Yes.
Because I know swag when I see it.
Yes.
You know, and I said, I gotta get an interview with that man because I know it's anointed.
Yes.
And see, I can tell when I see the anointing.
Yes.
And, you know, I applaud you and any other person who has the faith to step out and do what they feel like they are anointed to do. That's very important, and it's very powerful for us, these young men around here. It's been a lot of things going around here, and I've been, very saddened about our black
Absolutely.
young men. Women
Absolutely.
too, because my nonprofit, Freestyle Productions, is for young women and adolescent girls. However, these men, like I was like, I gotta somehow cooperate them inside of Freestyle Production.
Absolutely.
Because the two young men, one of the young men that got killed at Deanworth Station was my son's close friend, and then the next week another young man, both of them was 15 years old. They didn't even begin to experience being a man, having a dream, having a family, and when they see someone like yourself as a black man and doing it, and not that you have to go through the grime and the gutter to become something, but
Absolutely.
just the fact that, hey, I'm gonna make it. I had a talk with my children the other day. I said, look here, I really want you guys to give it your all. I'm a single mother of 3 boys, okay? And that is not an easy position, because for one, I'm not a man. And there's only but so much I can teach them as being a whole person, but I need, them to be involved with different men and have mentors that are men that are doing exceptional in their own lives, But these young men that's going out here, it's like they don't have a clue how to start a business. When we was coming up in school, from what I've experienced, they was always talking about going to college and you have to have this to start a business. And it's not true, because I started my business with nothing, okay? Just the prayer and the faith and knowing that what God's plan was for my life. And I think a lot of young men are so sad because that woman had, both of those women had to birth their children, okay? And
Well, it's a serious thing, and that's why, along with what I'm doing, we also have a nonprofit organization that we're putting together called Mobile Mentoring,
okay,
and it's about helping young men create lifestyles for young men and create have life coaches and different things to talk to young men about the struggles that they're going to deal with single moms and different things in front of the streets. I mean, I grew up in the inner cities,
okay,
Brentwood,
Okay.
Northeast, Montana Avenue. I had my stint on the street. I got a brother doing life. I had my time where I spent time incarcerated, and I came out of the streets from a long time where I was in the streets doing wrong, selling drugs, doing the different things. But God came to me at a certain time in my life when He was like, enough is enough. I didn't have to get locked up or shot. I
Right.
walked away from everything and I said, I'm gonna start my own business.
Right.
I started selling my t-shirts one by one out of my trunk.
Right.
Dead tags on my car, riding around with not even enough money to pay my rent.
Right.
People wouldn't even give me $10 for my t-shirt. People
Right.
laughed at me. People didn't even see it as a dream.
right,
I remember times when I had to sleep in my office,
okay,
wake up in the morning time and come downstairs and give a customer a t-shirt.
right,
It wasn't no mobile elite. It
Right.
wasn't no Ghetto Hills Technology, which was my first line. It was just a business. But as I think back over my life, and I think back now, what God was trying to show me,
right,
because that's why He tells us that weeping may endure for a night, but the joy cometh in the morning. And what you got to do is you got to stand on His word
Right.
and stand on the promises of what you believe that He given you. He told you to latch out into the deep.
yes,
And when you latch out into the deep, what happens is you are going beyond the faith of what you can see.
yes,
Because you can't walk in the faith that is in front of you. You got to walk in the faith that you can't see.
Right.
You got to be the spotlight in the car that's beaming, and you don't know where it's taking you to, but it's going to get you to the right direction. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. In the business, in the mentoring, talking to young men and women, and taking things to the next level.
Well, I've been doing Freestyle Productions since 2001, and it started as me being a stylist. I do hair. So when I would see different women and children, and they didn't you know, fix their stuff up. You know, I noticed when I was doing people's hair, I was also their stylist, but I was acting like a therapist. But because I was listening to them, and God was just using me to pour into them and using them to help me to meet people where they are, because that's all it's about too.
Absolutely.
You know, and when they got up on my chair, it wasn't even about the hair. I could see a total different. Now, when I started this, I started with thinking I need to give back, because I'm definitely a believer of the Word of God. I know it personally to work for me. Okay, so when I started doing the hair for the women, I would be like, "Let me do your hair," but I didn't know what I was really doing. So, you know, I just, you know, kept it moving. Wasn't doing charging them anything.
Absolutely.
You know, I wasn't doing like the weaves and the colors, like very expensive things. But I didn't take expensive things to make them see and feel that they are somebody, that there are people that it don't have to be your family that supporting you. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I'm saying that I would like to work with you with your nonprofit. I'm definitely gonna be pumping this. I can't wait to get my
Right.
own
Absolutely.
elite, because I got to win elite, because
Yes.
you know that's the team.
Absolutely.
You know, so you know I would look forward to connecting with you and helping you in any way that I can.
Absolutely.
With your endeavors. Tell the people how to get in contact with you, your website, your Facebook, your Twitter.
Well, you can get in touch with me through my Facebook at David Hucks, Mogul Elite, David Mogul Elite Hucks. And you can get in touch with me through the Facebook through my website at www.mogul-elite22.com. And on my Instagram, it will be at Mogul Elite Designs.
Okay.
And that's how you can get in touch with me.
So you guys have been served some sweet tea, honey. You got a little bit of Bible tea, a little bit of, you know, encouraging tea, you know. And I really am blessed to be sitting here. Like, I'm so on fire right now. Like, I feel amazing, because you have given me the opportunity to talk to you and get some encouraging words for myself.
Absolutely.
So I would like for everyone to tap into this tea, support this young man as he ventures to support our city, and stay tuned. He gonna do it. He doing it right now. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Mogul Elite Fashions.